Hi, this is Jeff with Birder's Diary. In this video tutorial, we're going to learn how to see which species of any given family you have seen. In this example, we're going to use the latest version of Clements taxonomic list, Clements 2015, to answer that question. As with most things in Birder's Diary, there are a multitude of ways to answer a question. I'm going to show you two of my favorite ways to answer that question. Okay, the first one involves using a checklist report for the given family. And we're going to highlight the species that would be lifers. Okay, this is real simple and works really quick. So let's get started. Let's open up the report window. I click on that, select the checklist tab. Let's enter in world location. Let's highlight things that would be world lifers. Okay, we're not going to include subspecies or worry about any of this other stuff. We're going to use Clements 2015. We're just going to spit out a typical checklist with a checkbox, common name, and scientific name. Okay. We need to type in which observer this is for. So I'm going to enter that in. We won't worry about the other optional things. Now, the one thing we're interested in is how many species have I seen in a given family? To do that, we use the taxonomic filter. Okay, and this is simple. Down here in the lower right-hand corner, we click to set the taxonomic filter. I click on that button. You may get that message. That's okay. That just comes up with something that was previously in there we don't know about. Let's use the Clements 15 taxonomic list. So you type that in. This is the preset area. Now we want to know about the puffbird family. Okay, so enter in any name in the puffbird family. Okay, I'll just type. Helps it. Puffbird. Okay, that works. Change that to family, and immediately you see that it fills in kingdom through family. That's the taxonomic filter it's going to use. It's going to use Animalia down to Baconidae. Okay? And that's the family it will report on and only. Click OK. You'll see here that it shows that hierarchy in reverse order. It starts with the family, then the order, and so on up the line. Now we have everything we want. Let's just click Preview Print. And see what we have here. What we have is every species in the puffbird family and those that we haven't seen highlighted. How easy was that? Quick and simple. Okay? And if you go up to the top and over to the right, it's going to tell you there are 36 species on here and 10 of which would be lifers. Very simple. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Now another way of doing it, let's close out these windows, involves getting the Birder's Diary new rank report. This is new in version 4. Okay? And it's quite simple but can be time consuming. It's a long, complex report to run. Now in this one, it works for all families. But there's a neat way to zero in on the specific families. You can report for all families you want to see. Okay? That takes a while when you generate it down to the species level. So let's get started. First, you access this through the Counts window, the Quick Life List Count window. This has been upgraded in version 4 to include many new features. Let's click on that and open it up. And we'll enter in the observer, the location, Clements 2015, and click Calculate. And what you get real quick is a life count for the world using Clements 2015. You also get the top 5 big year counts, as well as big month, top 5 big month, top 5 big day counts. Okay, and you can output the top 100 big counts to a CSV or Excel file. What you get down here is the order count. You've seen 39 out of 39 world orders, 233 out of 235 family orders, and 1976 out of 2226 genera. Okay, and what we're interested in is a report that tells me which species I have seen and not seen. This is down here at the detailed report. Okay? Now you can generate this to the family level, and it will just open up to the family and give you statistics on what you've seen, but it won't show you the actual genera or species. The reason we allow different levels is because it takes a lot longer to generate the species report as opposed to the family report. And so each level deeper you go, it takes longer. But we want the species report. And in this video, I will cut out the span where it takes so long. It takes about 5 minutes on my very powerful PC for this particular world list. So we select species, click on Generate Detailed Report. This is the part where I play the Jeopardy music and wait for it to end. Okay, eventually you'll be prompted that the report will open in your browser. And here is the report that was generated from doing that. What you can see is a Birder's Diary rank report. Year, name, world, the location, the taxonomic list used. Again, a list of the counts at the order, family, and genus level, or genera. And let's say, for example, we're interested in our puffbirds. Okay, again, how many species have I seen in the puffbird? But first I want to show you something about this. Note what it says here in red. Click on row to expand or collapse. As you move the mouse over, a modern browser, you may have issues with this if your browser is not up to date, you can see that it highlights. And for example, in the ostrich order, Astruthioniformes, you have seen 1 out of 1 families, 1 out of 1 genera, and 1 out of 2 species. Green indicates you've seen all of the next level. So I've seen all the families in this order. Gray means you've seen some. If it showed up in red, it would mean you've seen none of that level. Let's look at the ostrich. If I click on this row that's highlighted in yellow, it opens up to the next level. You get to see the family. Now you get these same counts. I've seen 1 out of 1 genera in this family and 1 out of 2 species. If I click on this family, it opens up to the genera level. Notice now that while the family was in green, the genera is in gray. That means I have not seen all, but I've seen some. If I click on the genera, I open it up and I can see right away. I've seen the common ostrich. I have not seen the Somali ostrich. Okay? Quite simple and quite easy to understand. And at a glance, you immediately see where your gaps are in your life list. Okay? In terms of order, family, genus, and species. So really powerful report. Now let's find the puffbirds. Well, to do that on any browser, I can hit Control F, and here in Google Chrome, up comes a search box. I can type in puffbird. Look what it finds. It may or may not work for you. It depends on the definition here in place, but it has quickly led us to the jacamars and puffbirds order. Okay? And you can see what we've got here. 2 out of 2 families I've seen some representatives of. I've seen 15 out of 15 representatives of genus or genera. I've seen 41 of 54 species under this group. But again, I'm interested in the puffbirds. So let's click on that to open that up. Right away we see that the Bucanidae are the puffbirds. 10 out of 10 genera, 26 out of 36 species. Let's open that up. What do we have here? Now we have, here's the genera where you've got it. I've seen at least 1 representative from each genus under the family Bucanidae, the puffbirds. If I'm interested in, well, what haven't I seen down here in Malacoptila in the puffbirds, I open that up. Quickly I can see that I've seen 3 of the 7, they're in green, and I haven't seen 4 of the 7, they're in the red. Okay, if I want to open them all up, I would just simply click on each one in turn. You can close them using a click again at that level. So this is how you see any family in the world and how you stack up and what species you need and what you don't need. Obviously, if I'm interested in the species I need to see, I only need to open up the gray ones, right? Because I've seen all the species in the genera that are marked green. And that's how to see which species you've seen in any given family. I hope you found this instructional, and I hope you can use this quite nicely. Have a good day.